Welcome to my 35-week update. Yes, 35 weeks. I know it has been forever since I've done an update. We had some technical difficulties. My camera was broken, so it was just a mess for the last few weeks. But I'm back on track now. So I'm 35 weeks, 3 days. Had an appointment last Thursday, an ultrasound actually, because the midwife, was concerned that I maybe had too much fluid. Did an ultrasound, everything is fine. I don't have too much fluid. Micah is about 5 pounds, which means that she'll be my biggest baby yet, because both Elijah and Naomi were just a little bit over 5 pounds at birth. So at this rate, she's on track to be the largest baby, which is a little bit scary for me because I don't know how she's gonna get out, y'all. I don't know. I don't do more than 5 pounds. I don't know. Anywho. My current weight is 151, so at this point I have actually gained 20 pounds, which seems, it's normal for women to gain 20 pounds, but for me, that's a lot. With Elijah, I gained 10 pounds. With Naomi, I gained 13. So I am like ginormous at this rate in my pregnancy, but not really. I'm just big for me. Which also means that I'm finally in the normal range of pregnancy growth. Or pregnancy weight gain rather. So that's pretty cool. I am now seeing my midwife weekly. And for those of you who don't know, we recently moved, so I had to find a new midwife, which wasn't very difficult because there's only 6 in the area and they're all at the same practice. So I didn't really have any options. But I really like the group. They're very helpful in understanding that my expectations for labor and delivery are extremely high. My expectations of them are extremely high. I've already done my birth plan, so I actually have to take that in this week to have each of the midwives read over it and sign it. But I'm really more concerned about the midwives who are on call for the next 3 weeks, looking at it and getting it signed so that we're very clear on what I am expecting for my birth plan. I had Naomi and Elijah both at 37 weeks, which means that when I go in on this Thursday, which is the day before I turn 36 weeks, I will have the midwife go ahead and check me for dilation. We are kind of expecting for Micah to come next week, but if I still am not, ripened enough or haven't dilated at all, then of course the body can change within hours. But I feel like that lets me know a little bit more about, okay, she's still very high up, and just gives me a little bit more time to prepare. So looking forward to this appointment. I did, however, last Tuesday, I believe, have contractions for 3 hours. And I thought about going in. I called labor and delivery because it was the middle of the night. And they told me to take some Tylenol and just kind of like try to walk around. Or if I had been walking around, to sit down, take a bath, that sort of things, which is all stuff that I already know. But it didn't feel like labor. So I didn't go in. I actually ended up falling asleep and was fine the next day, rested longer than normal for the next day to make sure that I was giving my body a break. I had just started exercising again, just doing like a mile and a half or so every couple of days, just to get my body prepared. And I'm really out of shape, guys, like really, really, really out of shape. My expectations for this pregnancy were to be able to continue doing CrossFit all the way up until I gave birth, but being in the middle of a move and finding a new school for the kids, I just wasn't able to do CrossFit like I really, really wanted to. But I will be back in January to get my life back on track, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. So that's kind of what's been going on. Let me look at my notes real quick. My bags are packed. Micah's bags are packed. My bags are packed. I actually, this morning, ironed clothes for 2 weeks. My kids wear uniforms. So I ironed 2 weeks worth of uniforms. I ironed a week and a half, almost 2 weeks worth of work clothes for my husband, who does not wear a uniform, of course. But I ironed work clothes for him so that if I go into labor, I guess I just feel better knowing that everyone is taken care of before I head to the hospital. The kids will come to the hospital with me, which is the plan for them to be there for labor and delivery. The hospital's okay with that. So as long as we can keep them there and keep them occupied, it should be good to go. Because where we are now, guys, we don't have any family, like at all. The closest people or I'm sorry, the closest person to us would be my niece, and she's in college. She's an hour and a half away. So when I do go into active labor or the second stage of labor, I'll give her a call and say, hey, you know, are you available to come down so that she can take the kids if need be or something like that. She wants to be here anyway. As far as my cravings have been going and symptoms and things of that sort, I've been really, 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 really tired. Like, crazy tired. I wake up in the morning, get the kids ready for school, eat breakfast, and I need like at least an hour and a half nap. I'm just exhausted. And it's like the more I move around, the more my body is like, nope, sit down, don't do anything today. And I'm like, no, you know, I have stuff to do. So I've been really exhausted, and that's basically, and they call it the, you know, I'm going to look real quick. I don't know exactly what they call it, but it's a pain that you get like in your, you know, your private area. And it's like a stabbing pain. So it almost feels like, I don't see it on here. It almost feels like she's inside and she has a fork and she's just like, let me out. Like, it's just a shooting pain in your vagina that hurts so bad. So bad. So if I do too much moving around, I get that pain. And then typically I'll make sure that I drink some water, kind of sit down, put my feet up, or I'll get on my birthing ball. And I keep looking outside, guys, because it's like so windy. It looks like the trees are going to like blow over. But I sit on my birthing ball for a while to try to get myself worked through the pain and try to ease the pain a little bit. And it does help. As far as my cravings, I still eat a whole bunch of fruit, like a lot of fruit. I still drink a lot of water. Now, my newest thing is the gas station down the street has the good ice. You know, the ice at the hospital, the real little pieces of ice. That's my ice, y'all. That's my ice. I'm always asking Mike to like stop at the store or stop at that gas station to get ice, or I'll go to the gas station to get ice because it's not far. But that ice just makes my week. It makes my day. It makes my hour. However long it lasts, that's what it makes for me. That's what it does for me. Like, it's just amazing. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my watermelon belly, and I'll see you next week. All right, so here's my belly from the front. This big old t-shirt on because I'm getting ready to go for a walk in a minute. From the side. The other side. And then with my shirt up, it looks so massive. Ah, you see this right here? They feel like bruises. These are a couple of new stretch marks. I have 1, 2, 3 of them on this side. And no new ones on this side. So like, oh, I do, right here. I didn't even see that. So like I said, my belly isn't like ginormous, but for me, it's big. I've never been this big. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed.